Folks, there is a new fourth stimulus check, and thousands of Americans are set to receive checks worth as much as $2,500 very soon. Many of you are wondering whether your state will send you one. Well, I'll be sharing all this important information for the fourth stimulus payment in today's video. So continue watching. We got a ton of news about this. Since the IRS distributed the final batch of these economic impact payments to eligible individuals, the concept of a fourth federal stimulus payment has been under consideration. And there are several statewide programs that are in full swing or just getting started. The Alaska Permanent Fund Dividend pays Alaska residents a portion of state minerals revenue in the form of an annual dividend to benefit current and future generations. Although the deadline is March 31st of the year for which you're applying, there are some exceptions. According to officials, applicants who filed an application online and have been determined eligible will receive a September 22 stimulus payment. That's until the end of October at least. In the Washington Working Families Tax Credit aims to offer financial support to residents for the state range from $50 to $100. Now, these payments will be allocated to individuals and families taking into account specific criteria like the income level and the number of qualifying children in the household. Furthermore, eligible recipients will have a 3-year window to claim the credit. Massachusetts has also already began doing this, and if you haven't even filed your 2021 return, you can still get a refund as well if you file by September 15. If you're eligible for a refund, you should receive it about 1 month after you file. The New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department started issuing rebate checks of up to $1,000 for the married couples, heads of households, and surviving spouses, and even $500 for single filers. Eligible residents who filed a 2021 income tax return are not even declared dependent on another tax return if they will receive a payment automatically. The payment is actually a rebate for the New Mexico residents who have filed or will file. Now, experts have noted that Joe Biden didn't even offer much to student loans, but instead experts say that the president provided a watered-down version of the forbearance loan. More details on the previously announced update income-driven payment plan and a promise again to help America out. Joe Biden said it would actually be discharging the loans for borrowers who've been in repayment for about 20-25 years under the program. But now, under the announcement from Joe Biden again, Biden has announced the programs of the day of the Supreme Court decision. Questioning remains about how implementation for this process will work, to help borrowers adjust their monthly payments and to restart in September. The president announced that the revamped program, which will last 12 months according to student loan experts, is actually a forbearance in many ways. It can help borrowers pay their student loans. Some advocates are actually recommending that they do not even use the on-ramp program, and thus avoid interest accrual. Now, during this period, borrowers who miss payments won't be reported to the credit bureaus, and won't be considered in default, and won't be referred to collection agencies for those payments. It's similar to the payment pause during the crisis, which was actually called forbearance. But the interest will occur, and a key difference, during this key crisis payment pause, interest was set at 0%. According to Yahoo News, although payments won't even be due for another year, balances will start accruing interest on September 1st. The longer it takes for Biden to cancel the debt, the more it will cost the people that are in debt. All we know is that Joe Biden will need to send out the stimulus payments very, very fast.
We take taxes, we take their employment. We have over, we have hundreds of thousands 345,000 DACA recipients served as essential workers in 2021 during the COVID pandemic alone. They serve in our healthcare systems, they serve our elderly, they are nursing home workers, and we're having a hearing today as to why people who are American, they are American, do not deserve healthcare. They're here lawfully. They pay more taxes than Facebook does. They pay more taxes than many of our federal corporations do. They pay for, DACA recipients pay for members of Congress's health care more than Facebook does. And we are sitting here having a hearing and saying we're going to return that favor by stripping them of their ability to engage in Medicaid. when they are the ones that are changing our grandparents' sheets.
Is receiving Social Security. They're not going to see that impact in their checks until January of the new year. But this is going to help a lot of folks really, truly get through these high inflationary times. As we just heard from Caleb and Brian, 8.2%. We are not seeing inflation decline just yet. It is, as Caleb was putting it, sticky high still. And so right now we're seeing a lot of folks, but particularly those Americans that are on a fixed income, really struggling to buy groceries or pay for gas or electricity. So this is definitely going to go.
The Secretary of Finance has also said that to apply, residents must provide valid Social Security numbers, Delaware residential mailing addresses, and active identification cards as well. This bill was meant to be passed by lawmakers in April. The money is meant to help offset the cost of living increase in the state as brought by inflation. Residents of Idaho have until the end of the year to apply for the rebate, up to $300 that is, and $600 for joint filers. Not only that, but in order to qualify for the rebate, Idaho people must have been a full-year resident for 2020 and 2021, and file their 2020 and 2021 individual income tax as well. The amount one will receive varies due to one's financial status. Idaho State Legislature and the governor approved a rebate package in September during a special session at the state legislature. It was part of a larger billion-dollar piece of legislation that included tax cuts, education spending, and other initiatives. The governor's office noted that the rebate could give people affected by inflation some financial relief. According to the Idaho State Tax Commission, some 800,000 rebates worth $500 million are estimated to be sent out by the end of March. State tax authorities started sending out the rebates in late September and have plans to dole out even more payments as additional residents qualify. The Idaho State Tax Commission said that rebates can come via direct deposit or as a check in the mail, but any outstanding tax payments due to the state will be deducted from the final rebate by tax authorities. Now, if you're an Idaho resident, you can use the Where's My Rebate tool to track the status of your check. Nancy Pelosi has long been known for her ability to rally Democratic lawmakers to get tough votes for important pieces of bills. Nancy Pelosi, who has led the House Democratic caucus since 2003, was widely expected to step down from her role next year to make way for a new generation. Now the results of the midterms have altered the calculus, at least for some Democrats, as the party could potentially retain an incredibly slim majority after all the results are tallied. According to the sources familiar with the situation, Pelosi has been contacted by several members who have asked her to remain in her role in the new Congress. So even if the party falls short of retaining its current majority, pointing to her success in maintaining a party discipline. Drew Hamill, Pelosi's spokesman, did not have a timeline for any announcements from the lawmaker. Hamill said in a statement, "The Speaker will make an announcement when she makes an announcement, and to control the House, a party has to secure 218 out of 435 total seats." So according to Insider, as of November 12th, Republicans have won 210 seats, while Democrats have claimed 198 seats. Democrats currently control the House 220 to 212. Republicans last controlled the lower chamber in January when they ceded their majority in the Democratic Party after losing seats in 2018 and the midterms. Pelosi led the chamber from 2007 to 2011 and regained the House's Speaker's gavel in 2019. So, let's see what President Biden does about this.
The chips inside